Hello everybody, it's Kyra from BodyCandy. Welcome back to another episode of The Tea. Today we're going to be covering bad piercings for beginners. Before we get into that, remember to like, comment, subscribe to BodyCandy. As always, it really helps us out. So let's go straight in with the cartilage piercing. While how many people choose something like their helix to get as their first piercing without fully understanding how cartilage piercings heal. There isn't a whole lot of blood flow to your ear cartilage. Piercing through the cartilage can take a very long time to heal, like a lot longer than your lobe or your septum, for example. Cartilage is also thicker and more resistant than other parts of the body and tends to rate higher on the pain scale. By all means, get your cartilage pierced. But if you're new to the experience, you really need to know in advance what you're getting into. If you don't have 6 months to a year to invest in healing a piercing, don't start with your cartilage. Number 2, nasal bridge. These are so cool. So cool that even people who are completely new to piercings want these. It's not a bad thing, but it's definitely not a great idea. The tissue of your nasal bridge is very thick skin, and due to that the piercing has to be performed very slowly. And instead of the needle just quickly piercing you, it takes a couple of seconds, which means it hurts for a little bit longer. It is also classed as a surface piercing, which means it is more likely to reject than a standard piercing. More likely to snag it on something, and snagging a piercing can lead to rejection. You see where this is going? It's not really the best choice as a first piercing. So number 3, we've got dermals. See all the same things we've just said about the nasal bridge. Getting these performed may be less or more painful depending on your own personal pain tolerance. However, especially on the face, these have a very high chance of snagging, very high risk, and since they are considered a long-term temporary piercing, they kind of inevitably reject at some point. It helps a great deal to already have a little bit of piercing experience at least, just so you recognise the signs. This helps reduce scarring by trying not to save a piercing that is past salvageable. Number 4, we've got the belly ring. Again, these have a very high risk for rejection due to the high movement area of your stomach and having a high risk of snagging your clothes once more. Do you see the kind of trend here? But also they are extremely anatomy dependent, and if you're a piercing newcomer, you may not understand the anatomical requirements in relation to your own anatomy. This leads to the possibility of having an entirely inappropriate piercing done if you go to a kind of shady piercer. The number of navels that need a floating piercing instead of a standard one, or belly button piercings that aren't in the navel at all, is skyrocketing on the internet. An ounce of prevention saves a pound of social media posts asking, does this look okay? Just because the piercing you want is on this list doesn't mean you shouldn't get it, but if you are new to getting pierced, perhaps consider saving it. Maybe a second, or maybe a third piercing. Learn how to properly heal and clean one. Get used to having jewellery in your body and not touching it, and generally don't dive straight into the deep end. Get a little experience under your belt and then you'll be ready to get yourself pierced whenever your heart desires. Happy piercing. So if you did enjoy this video, remember to like, comment and subscribe to BodyCandy. It really helps us out. It means that you get to see the rest of our videos too. I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.